Hey, this is a draft video for 14 things I wanted to know when I was 14. I feel like only cool people do this, but I am going to make this video, but this is a draft. So so basically I'm making this at 19 because I was going to make it at 20, but I feel like I'm going to forget things because I am already forgetting things. So basically, I am going to basically tell you things that I wish I personally knew at 18, so that basically I could have a better life in the future if basically I knew this at the time. So basically, number one, quit the bad habits. So if you want to quit the bad habits, basically, the bad habits of basically stop smoking weed, but like just take your time with it, and also basically stop watching porn, and also don't do bad things just to basically because you're having a panic attack. More get better help. Two, stop smoking too much weed. Take your time with weed. Take your time with weed. Don't smoke too much. You don't have to smoke a whole ounce in 1 month. And also, blah blah blah. And yeah. And three, stop watching porn because you've been watching that your whole life. You don't need to do that anymore. Four. Um. Four. Oh shit. Let me pause real quick. Four. Basically, go to a good high school. If you don't go to a good high school, basically, when I was in high school, basically it felt like complete garbage. It was like learning the same thing, except for that time when I volunteered at like this farm place, and basically I learned a lot more. And basically, yeah, you want to go to a good school because school can be absolutely trash and you can still have a good time with friends. And basically, you can have a good time with friends and stuff like that in any school. The only thing is that basically the school education is important to how much you know in the future. So that basically you can use that in real experience or just in regular old knowledge of basically what you need to learn. Five. Five. Um, make basically try basically putting your goals on a pedestal where basically you get the habit of the pedestal so you feel more better when you do the goals. If basically you don't have any goals in mind, your goals in mind will basically not feel good because basically you just felt like you got a reward for doing nothing at all. Basically, you just did what you needed to do, which was a big decision, and basically had no choice to do it, but you were still able to basically be able to say, hey, I did this. But you don't get any gratification because it wasn't something you wanted to do. It was just something that you were just swimming around like a fish getting on a hook to be able to do, which basically was me in high school. Six. Um, um, Basically make friends, get a girlfriend, and be more responsible. So basically, if you live alone, or if you live with your parents, or if you live with roommates, you basically want to make friends so that basically you can find people that basically broaden your experience of life, or basically you can meet people that you know more of, so that basically you can meet more people, and you'll understand that basically life isn't so bad, because basically you gotta know that basically life isn't that bad because there are other people who have the same experience as you, because the same experiences are basically how people get through each other's toughness and stuff like that. So yeah. Number seven, stop it with that trauma stuff. If you're just gonna get addicted to drugs or watch porn or start a fire or break stuff or break the law, basically don't do that. Basically stop making your life harder, because making your life harder is basically gonna make it difficult to basically have a successful future. You are gonna meet the right people in your life if basically you meet the right people, and might be able to learn things because you stayed in school. But basically, it's not going to get easier if you basically don't accept that things are going to get easier. And even if you think it's going to be funner that way, It's not always the right way to basically make your life hard for yourself. Sometimes you just gotta accept yourself the way you are. Um, um, 8. Stay close to your old friends because you don't know what they're up to. But basically, old friends, for me personally, I don't know what's going on with my old friends. But the one thing I gotta say is that basically staying in touch means that basically for your own personal goals, you know that basically you want a fake one because basically you know that basically your friends actually care about you. But you can always try to remember them in some form of way to have a connection with you and how basically they had an effect on you for others. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Um, um, if you think of anything that you like or want, put it in your goals. Basically, if you want anything, if it's the right time for it, put it in your goals. Basically, if you put it in your goals, it'll make it 10 times or at least like 3 to 5 times easier if you start planning ahead and making it to your goals where basically you can figure out what to do. And basically, that will make it easier for the future. Number number 10. Wait, number 10 or 11? 10? 10? 11? Number 10. Number 10. Basically, think ahead. Don't always think the same routine or the same something. Sometimes it's good to waste your time doing something that you would like to be doing on something that you also want to be doing. So basically, those times of basically that value you spend on it is better used on something important. So if you use your time spending something on like finding your wallet, you can do that instead. You can basically start writing in your diary and maybe get better handwriting. Or instead of basically opening your Nintendo Switch holder because that was the wrong move, you could scroll on TikTok and find basically content you want for your TikTok. And yeah, number 11. Number 11. Number 11. You don't always have to keep in touch with your friends, but while they're there, it is always good to be a good friend. Basically, you don't want to get on someone's bad side. You should just be yourself. But if you are the bad guy, then go ahead be the bad guy. But play it smart. And also, if basically you are in touch with your friends, that means you can see them often and spend those times you always wanted to spend with friends because those are the moments you're going to be making in that time that you have now. So basically, be who you want to be so that you don't feel bad not being who you want to be. Yeah. Number 12. It's okay being happy with yourself as long as you are not an asshole. It's okay basically being sad or depressed because basically that's part of your feelings and you're supposed to feel your feelings because feeling your feelings are basically blah blah blah. And if you are still dating that person who was a blah blah while you're dating, don't overthink that. Just mind your own business and it doesn't matter anymore. But I mean, they'll probably forget your existence anyways, and you can talk to them later. And maybe you should have talked to them sooner, so you could have been awesome. But basically, it's okay being happy because basically, it doesn't mean you're gonna be a complete rude person. It just means that basically you have to be empathetic more and try to understand people from their own shoes and what basically you don't judge others, but you gotta stay factual from their own opinion. Number 13. Number 13. Number 13. Number 13. Stay in touch with family and friends. Oh, stay in touch with family. I should have said that. I'm going to add this. Stay in touch with your family because basically they're always going to be there for you. But don't always take their word of advice. Follow your own path. So basically, follow your path because you know what's best for you. They could always help you, and another opinion is always helpful. But make sure to follow your path for you so you know what you want to do so that other people don't tell you what you are going to do, but you are going to do what you need to do for you. Number 14. 14. Number 14. It's gonna be number 14 and maybe 14 and number 14.5. Number 14 point. So basically number 14 and number 14, tell people what's on your mind more, but also follow your own path and also be yourself. So basically, you're not supposed to waste time with this. Okay, that's it. So basically, people, honestly, the way you see people is how you see them as basically who they are to you. But as how you see them factually is how they see themselves of their presence to you. But when you tell someone how you see them, you're letting you already know that they see you. And don't waste your time trying to connect and do other things. Try to basically find what you are thinking inside your head, so basically you know what you already want. Spend your time doing stuff that basically you get to understand yourself more. And then maybe try to see what your friends are thinking more, and basically you can create stuff that basically is on your own personal level or something like that. And yeah, basically stay in touch and don't waste your time. And if you just find yourself confused with stuff, maybe go and psychoanalyze that, or talk to someone, or find something that's helpful to you. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I guess I'll post this because it was pretty good. I mean, all videos are supposed to be formal. So yeah, thanks. Bye. Bye.